Alright, replay review. Fallen Angel on Stukov on Praxis Holdout. Initial thoughts, you've got a great CC chain kill combo here. Noob initiates, you have your WED combo to follow up. Kill thoughts even has another stun. You've got decent enough burst damage with these two. If Thralls, there's even more CC, more burst damage, so should be looking to find kills constantly. Even like any of them can die. Deathwing, excepting of course, because he can't be CC'd, but even Stitches should die to that much CC and damage. Big thing you have to worry about is Kel'Thuzad. Don't do too much against him as Stukov. Your best bet if he's comboing someone is try and get a silence under him so he can't continue to cast abilities. But level 16 Super Strange should be really valuable versus him. Stitches on Brax, I think, is not that great. As long as you guys don't get like hooked hilariously out of position, you should be fine. But it's a fairly short lane. Um, yeah, it's all Stukov game. See how it plays out. Oops. Appreciate the fitted touch pick at level 1. I don't know if that's... I might have gone low below, but I always appreciate people who don't just go E-build. Fitted touch is good. You could actually... Since Stitches is such a fat hitbox and Deathwing is also really mobile, you could go for the 7-second playstyle where you stack fetid, then just stack fetid, then use one good spread and target excision to uh, throw W and Q and cooldown and pop D every 7 seconds for big heals on your team. Pretty difficult though, and it means your W is not available for follow up. So I don't know if I'd go for that, but it's something you can think about doing. I would be go back a little bit here. So I'd step up more. Um, yes, you don't see them, but a noob's gonna be controlling this bush. Yeah, so now you see them. So I would loop around this way, try and get in the bush with a noob. That way, if you find someone, you're in range to follow up. Stukov's not someone that benefits that much from playing back. His save potential isn't super amazing. You're not like Whiteman where it's like, oh, if I'm not the target, then I can save literally anyone else. You don't win fights by making sure your team doesn't die. You win fights by um, assisting and killing enemies. Your healing's fine, of course. Like you put out solid sustained healing numbers, and like with Super Strain and D, and maybe Argon 4, not this game, but in general, you can pump out some decent defensive numbers. But your real utility is in just contributing your insane CC combo and making sure that whoever your team goes on stays gone on and dies. Because like a noob has angles here. Like this Kel'Thuzad can get blown up if his team's with him. Even if you're there, I wouldn't go on the Kel'Thuzad as a noob though, just because your DPS is so far back. But the waves are gonna crash. Team's gonna walk up. Your team's gonna be in position over here-ish, and when someone walks up, you want to be in range to follow up. A little bit of a waste of a Q, but I don't blame you. Like, just alt Qing and cooldown is perfectly fine. Alright. Keeps going in, follow up on this. No! Okay, close. You were just a little too slow on that. See that again. Yeah, so immediately you should be getting in range to combo here. Because you hit the W, but by the time the E procs, they're almost out of it. Also, you wait too long to detonate your D too. It should be one fluid motion. W into immediate E into immediate D. Um, the cast time for E actually works in your favor here because if you W and then immediately press E and then hold D, by the time your W has a short animation time, by the time that animation time is over, um, your W will have traveled almost its max distance. It won't be at its very tip, but it'll be like 90% of the way there, which is almost always enough for it to have impacted your target. So then if you're holding D, as soon as the E finishes, you'll pop D and WF hit the target. So um you can press basically all your buttons at once, and they'll queue up, and they will all end up comboing together. Yeah, you wait a little bit too long on this. The instinct was right, which is good. I'm happy to see that. You just need to be a little bit faster on the combo. 'Cause, yeah, if you're not quite looking here, but you do recover eventually. The issue is the biggest issue is because I won't fault you. I mean, I will fault you a little bit for not seeing the engage immediately, but once you saw it, you threw your W. The issue here is this movement input. You threw your W, then you initiate some movement commands instead of pressing E. If you press E, you can get them both in the middle of the silence. The fact that you waited a little bit to channel E means they're almost out, and then you're not pressing D immediately. As soon as these ticks are showing up, that means your E's finished, so they should be getting D'd, but you wait so long and only press it at the very end when they're already out of the silence. Whether those were kills is debatable, but you definitely could have been doing a lot more damage and giving more opportunity for your team to find the kills. Don't just throw your W randomly. I know you have a quest that you want to stack, but stacking the quest quickly is not as important as holding your abilities for follow-up. Because a noob here is about to have his engage up, and if you see something, you want to be ready for it. Now, granted, your D is a little bit off cooldown, but throwing your W it desyncs it just a little bit. All right, good follow up on the E. If you had W up, you could have thrown it. You wouldn't have D to fully slow, but it still applies just a little bit of a slow. That's still useful. Mm, awkward miss on the noob. I think he might still find a stun there though, so you should still be in range for that. I wouldn't have used D to heal there. I know your noob's low, but he'll heal up with tap. Uh, and using the D means that you don't have it for follow-up. And you're a little bit far away. I mean, as your noob goes in, you could have walked a little bit to the left, and maybe you're in range of this Anduin, because he's about to stun the Anduin. Yeah, because if you had D there, you could have slowed KTC. I think KTC dies if he is slowed there. Yeah, if KTC is slowed in this, he dies. Fine though. My philosophy with Stukov D is if you have easy follow-up, easy engage to follow up on, like you do with the noob, you almost always want to save your D for that. Because with the uptime of your Q, especially after level 4, there's a decent chance that when you're popping D for the slow in your combo, you're also popping on allies, so you get so you sort of double dip on that. Additionally, if you're holding it for follow-up, then your level 7 targeted excision means that you can get it back faster. So you get more efficiency there. And then also, and Stukov is there to nail down kills. If you're using D to heal a lot, you're not using Stukov to its fullest potential. You can still use D to heal sometimes if you need a burst heal, or if you're out of combat, or if someone's like in danger of dying, but in general, I like to save it for follow-up. If there's a decent chance that within the next 14 seconds I'm going to D to use it to kill someone, sorry, 16 seconds, then I'll hold D. So I'll tap for mana. I like tapping early there. I don't like using this W though, because a noob has his abilities ready. And if you're going to use raw Ws, at least commit to it. Do not poke for W. especially since you have Fetid Touch, you can try and, if you're trying to land a raw W there, commit to it. If you land a W, ED them. You can raw combo. If you land W, you can land E and D. Um, the reason why I don't really recommend trying to raw combo is because it's difficult to land raw Ws, but Fetid Touch, passive slow, does help do it. Yeah, I think you're trying to stack your W. I was saying you don't. Save it for the combo, save it for the follow-up. Getting W stacked is not really the draw of Fetid Touch. The ranged autos and slow is the big draw. It'll get stacked eventually, but you don't need to get it stacked quickly. And then you're using your D again, just for, I mean, I don't even think Raynor still had the pustule on him, did he? No, he did. Yeah, used it for a bit of damage and slow on a Raynor who's not a kill target. I mean, Vala does throw some damage on him, but yeah. Now your abilities are out of sync, and there is definitely kills if you used all your abilities in sync together. Throwing raw W and then detonating your raw is okay after level 7. Again, you have your E and D. Why not use them all there? After level 7, when you have targeted excision, I'll allow using raw W and then detonating it because you get the cooldown reduction on your D and you're healing people with your QD. But at this point, it's not that useful. Yeah, you get this. I guess Kel'Thuzad could combo you out of it. It's a valid concern. Yeah, maybe it's okay not to commit. But yeah, I don't like throwing the raw W in the first place. Also, as a side note, I don't think you're using Fetid Touches. I don't think you're using the Fetid Touch ranged autos to the fullest potential. I haven't seen you try and sneak autos in. You have chunky ranged autos that slow people. You should be trying to auto attack people as much as possible. Like, you can step up and keep auto attacking the Stitches. You're playing really far back. You're not using your ranged autos to the fullest advantage. Peeling Silence is okay there, especially since you don't have a dupe. Backing is debatable. You were kind of low on mana, but staying would have helped a lot because they're getting in this full wall. Going. Okay, you're heading back bot. I don't love a dupe being top. Soul should be fine into Deathwing. Okay, try and step up, throw an auto attack on Stitches, and try and raw combo him.
Must I really remind you to a talent?
I'm ready to continue the hunt.
Alright, combo him. This W is hitting. ED him. He dies if you do. He dies if you do. No! Okay. Now, you almost got him, but if you just ED him at the start, he dies 100% of the time. Like, you hit the combo, you hit the auto attack to slow him, then you immediately followed up with a W, and then you walked away. When both of your DPS are walking at him. Pains me. You missed a kill there. Right. You can toggle your auto attack, by the way. If you're in melee anyway, you might as well toggle it so you get increased damage. Stacks, but again, now your E and D are coming up, and you don't have your W to use with them. And now you use your D, so you don't have follow-up for when you guys going back in on the point. Having your team topped up more is nice, but being able to actually kill enemies is better. You're sacrificing your team fight impact for this. Cause hey, you could be comboing either the Stitches here. You could try to walk combo him with your auto WED, or you could try and step up and combo the Kel'Thuzad. But you can't do either. kind of almost there. Like you know how to combo roughly. You're just not fast enough on it, and you're not doing it enough. Fetid touch is baiting you. Yeah, the issue here with the 0 damage thing is because you're not able to secure kills, and that's because you can't combo people. Like your damage, you're doing damage. Like the damage numbers are fine, but you're not able to secure kills because you personally are not comboing. Like a noob goes in, a noob does not do brawls very well. Keeping a noob topped off is not helpful because, well, it's helpful, but it's not as helpful as securing the kills. A noob wants, especially with the build they're going, they want to dive in, double stun someone, and have that person die, which means you need to follow up CC on that engage. You can't be throwing raw abilities, trying to stack your fetid touch, uh, trying to heal up your team. You need to be getting kills. Their team brawls a lot better than you do. Your team wants to be getting burst kills. Roll W is okay because you don't have a noob there anyway. But you should again try and combo off it. Like if you're going to be throwing raw Ws, commit to them. I wouldn't recommend it. I don't love everyone leaving bot, but you can use D for heal here. I also would have stayed bot here with Vala. You don't contribute that much to this clear. And now they're gonna be pushing your bot for it. Yeah, need people bottom. If you're gonna stay up here, you need to try and look at the Kel'Thuzad. And you couldn't try to throw your W there because you threw it raw on. I don't even know where you threw that. Nothing. It's like. Yeah, you're losing your bot for this. This rotate was not good. You should have stayed bot with Vala to collect the soak and stop exactly this. Look at the Kel'Thuzad here. You can't because you used your W. You need to stop doing this. That Kel'Thuzad's dead if you have your W. What do you use it on this time? And if you're in melee here, just toggle your auto and smack them. If you're in PvE, you don't need the range. Okay, so you raw W'd the Kel'Thuzad, but you're not trying to channel your E on him. I'm just praying that after you get 2 more stacks of fetid and it's complete, you'll start saving it for useful things. It doesn't have fly, but you don't contribute anything here. And yeah, because of this rotate, you've straight up lost your entire bot fort. You rotated up top to protect your top fort, but you lost your bot fort in the process. And you also lost a bunch of waves bot. Toggle your auto here and melee the camps. Camps don't move. They don't care what range you are. There's no point in being auto and being ranged and doing less damage than being melee and doing more. Same here. You're just slowing down your team's clear by not switching to melee form. Like it's engaged. You have your abilities at this time because you're not using raw W. Okay. Walk up, combo something. Where is your D use? Hello? Alright, we're walking up here. Our new combo's in the back. You walk up, you didn't throw your W. Walk up a little bit further and throw a W. Now you're stopping your E channel. So you've gone. I'll look at this one more time. So, walking up. Now, if I'm a noob, I want to wait a little bit for my Stukov to get in range, but this is fine. The noob's going in. If you walk up a little bit more and throw W here, you can try and get actual kills. But you just throw your raw E because you're out of range of W. That's okay. I don't hate it. Now Anduin's really stuck in this silence, but you cancel your silence for no reason. Granted, your team wasn't looking at Anduin, so it's not that big of a deal. But now you've used your E, so you're a little less useful. Try and walk down and save your thrall. You're not. You're leaving your thrall to die. You have your Q up. You have QD up. You have QDW up too. You absolutely could be trying to save him. He absolutely could be alive. He's desperately trying to ping assistance, but you're walking away from him. You could have saved him. Yeah. Don't necessarily need to pop D there, but it's not that big of a deal. But if you're gonna arrive up top and not have D, it's a big deal. Hey, you arrived up top and you don't have D, so you need to wait a little bit for D to be up. Throw some autos, good. You threw raw W and it didn't hit. You need to stop doing that. Your W. Trying to hit the stitches. Are you gonna miss this W? Oh, you threw it up there. Unfortunate. Decent peeling silence wasn't quite enough. Okay, your fetid touch is complete. Are you gonna stop throwing raw W's now? You have a noob up. Your abilities are up now. A noob's gonna go in here. You're gonna follow up, and it's gonna be beautiful. You're walking away. You didn't even throw your W. Wait. Where is your W? Please do not tell me you threw your W as your noob was walking up to combo. Oh, you did. Granted, a noob drove a little deep. I don't know if there was a kill there, but that physically pains me. All right, we have abilities back up. Press D, good. All right, save on the Vala. You can't silence Deathwing, but it does damage. You don't have anything else to do, so that's fine. All right, go. Combo literally anything here. Press your E and D. 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 Oh my god. Okay, it worked out. Nice. Good. Good kills. I like boss. This position. Where are you going? All right. So please switch to melee and auto the boss. Looking top is fine. You can't do much to Deathwing. But you switched to melee. Nice. Cool. Alright, you switched once this game. I like this rotate. Keep pressing the advantage. Your DPS is far behind. Keep that in mind. But if we get a good engage here, you should be looking at your noob. A noob found a great engage. If you're in range, they die. Like, a noob's looking here. Yeah, a noob's trying to go in and you're walking the opposite direction. If you're instead walking forward, you can get in range to combo the Anduin. Solid. Top D, good. You're a little dead though, yeah. Need to be need to be looking for the kills. And a noob finds a good engage on their healer, but you're not in range. And like sure the counter argument is, oh, if I step up in channel on an Anduin, won't I be in range of Kel'Thuzad? Sure, but you get killed by Kel'Thuzad here anyway. So instead of getting a kill at the start and then maybe pulling it back, you get no kill at the start and then die. It was a good engage. The issue was A, you didn't follow, but more principally the issue was that your DPS was actually really far behind. Um, if you guys were there, okay, solid cocoon. That guy should be Giga Ultra dead. Care for these guys though. You mistimed it a little bit. I don't think you needed to try to time it. Good kill. Uh, Decent swipe. You guys should be able to clean up. I taupe. Oh my god, what am I watching? My eyes, good lord. Alright, let's look at what you could have done this fight. Instead of watching whatever that was. Alright, so. Oop, awkward. Alright, so you did see these guys rotating up, so you know they're coming. Thank you for scouting Beetle. Um, so you gotta be careful of that. I don't think you need to try to raw combo and win out of the cocoon. Um, I think it's better to save it to try and hit these guys coming through the choke. Like, right as you go for the combo. KT lands a great stun on KT, well, which you could have comboed off of instead. And that would probably have, that would be, I think that would be better because Anduin's basically dead here regardless. He's so far in, he should be dying 100% of the time. If you get the Kel'Thuzad too, you can get 2 kills. And even if you don't plan around the KT stun, the fact that they're walking through this narrow choke, you know they're coming, and also your thralls behind them, there should absolutely be chances to land combos here. Either as follow-up um or just raw, just because they're in such a clumped position. Fortunately, Cocoon there, by the way. Like, Cocoon actually saves Anduin. You could be channeling on KTZ here, too, by the way. You hesitate a little bit. And now that both your abilities are down, your ability to influence this fight is a little bit worse. Walking into your, I mean, your position here is just a little awkward. I don't think there's too much you can do about that, because I like being in range. I like being here for the follow-up. After you don't get the follow-up, though, it's a little awkward. You probably should just walk to the right. Yeah, instead of walking down into this, you probably just walk to the right. It does get you a little bit further away from your team, but you need to keep yourself alive, too. You try, and then you walk in for some reason. Yeah. So I think there you The lessons take away are don't try and combo the end when I was Cocoon. He should be dead already. Instead, save it for people walking up here because KT gets a stun you could follow up on, or just they're all gonna be clumped here. It's like shooting fish in a barrel basically. And then after that all fails, don't walk into the fight, walk around it so you can still be on the outskirts instead of walking directly into the enemies. Okay, lol. Funny. Why are we canceling E here? Yeah, just keep the E down for more wave clear. Like if you're trying to clear this wave, E is your best way to do that. Slapping the individual minions one by one, not that great. Yeah, walk with your noob, mount up. Good. Be in range. You and a noob can't kill a squishy by yourselves. Not Deathwing. Fortunate. Throwing the raw W is okay because there's not going to be any combos. Alright, let's see this defense. You need to just defend behind your keep. This is a little sus. I don't like throwing raw W because your noob is potentially posturing. Have it back up. I don't like throwing these raw Ws. Oh, DT on an adventure over there. Or look at your thrall. Don't try and silence the Deathwing. Now you don't have that up. If you wanted to help your thrall out, instead the angle is you have Q up. Nah, I guess that's fair. Well, it's fine. Okay. The E didn't do anything is basically what I'm going for. Alright, you can look to combo the stitches. You don't because you don't have your D up. It's the issue. Alright, just pop your D. Cool. We're just playing heal Stukov, which is okay here. Don't have follow-up, but try and get W on someone and then D. Alright, now we're looking for kills. Oh, I don't like popping the D. So now we're looking for kills. When they were in, maybe you pop the D to keep your team up, but now you're chasing and you're looking for a kill, so having your D for offense is good. We didn't find anything though, so no punish. Oh, what the heck? Cool. Alright, what could we get from this? Top wave is kind of pushed in. We could go for the fort. We can go for this fort too. We have less of a wave, but we're closer. I think bot fort is probably the play. Save your abilities, because if someone's under fort, you're absolutely going to want to look for a dive.
Nice work. I need reinforcements. I obey.
Ah, that was a kill if your noob goes. Alright, play around a noob. Noob's looking to dive. We absolutely do want to dive. Ah. Full's unfortunate. I will point out that you weren't fully committing to the combo again. You threw your W and then didn't press E. It doesn't. It is better here because the pull happened, but I think it's a good habit to get into. See, a noob finds this, but you're not in range again. That one I don't think is necessarily your fault. Yeah, I don't want to say necessarily your fault. Your team was all pulling back and a noob went in. I walk up to support him though. Good peeling silence. Ah, unfortunate. Did you have a Q on him? Could you have popped D there? I don't think so. Yes, you could have saved him if you pressed D right now. Yeah, you had time. Up. Yep. Cool. I don't know what you guys are doing. Good swipe, really good swipe. You could have popped D on a thrall there too. Is that fightable? I mean, you're 45. Only Deathwing's low. It's a little sus. It's a really good swipe. Yeah, I don't think so. Finding to 45 was not a great idea on Thrall's part. This keep is dead. Don't die for it. You're playing really aggressively.
Your keep has been taken. Oh, the irony. Your core is under attack. Again.
Beacons are recharging, and the Zerg are growing
All right,
agitated.
you have a core defense here. Oh, they're backing off. Okay. You get everyone back up and you take another team fight.
Assist me quickly.
Silence under this cocoon. Cancel the silence as soon as they're out of it. Swipe is a little troll. It works out though. Cool. You can walk up on this Stitches, by the way. He does. Try and Mountain Bile though. Yep. Up on him, help your KT out. Up the D, good. Alright, excellent. Yeah. Like getting these skins. Really complaint by the Volvo, by the way. They have passive move speed and Volt. They should be able to get themselves away from Deathwing. They can, like, learn to kite. I'd go with your Shady T, trying to solo that king up. You alone on this beacon doesn't do anything. If anyone, if like two people show up, you're kind of cooked. Just play with your team. Don't try and be a hero.
Well done.
Right, we're almost in range. Step up with your noob. Your noob's looking here. Just like the ability usage there. You were on high enough health that you definitely didn't need to pop that D. W will come back soon, the D won't. Like, a noob's on fine health. They don't need D. Frankly, now that you're post level 16, too, something to keep in mind, you get more healing from keeping your D. Well, I mean, it's less. You get more healing from popping D, but having Q active and not destroying it gives you super strain value, which you should get a lot of with Kel'Thuzad. Like, one Kel'Thuzad combo heals more than D. Okay. We've one Zerg. That's good. Someone absolutely needs to clear the top Zerg, by the way.
Spirits are uneasy.
Not you. Definitely not you. But someone absolutely needs to be clearing them. Probably kill boss, in all honesty. Alright, look at your dupe here. The play is a dupe finds and engage and we kill off of it. We're also down 20, keep that in mind. There it is. Pick your talent. Alright, good, that guy explodes. That guy explodes. Fantastic, love it. Alright, we can try and end here with those two picks. Really good. Alright, look at this Kel'Thuzad here. Look at the Kel'Thuzad. Good, E. That was about as much as you could. Okay. Get abilities up in time for this. Popping the D there to heal is okay. Now, you could have walked up and tried to combo off the cocoon. You could have tried to kill him. He dies anyway. Fantastic. Swipe. Ah, okay. Good try. You still win here. You still win here. He dies. He dies. All right. Switch to melee form and just start smacking the core. Don't. No one cares about the Deathwing. The core. Good. All right. He's not. He's dead. That's fine. Switch to melee form and start smacking the core. Please. Switch to melee form. There's no threat on you. Switch. Get higher DPS in melee form. Press D. Good. All right. Figured it out. All right. Build check real quick. Don't hate the build. I wish this was root, but the way you play Falcon Pustules does work better. So what you've got is the full like 7-second combo build. Used to be 5 seconds, then they nerfed it. Where the fetid touch and one good spread bring your Q down, bring your Q and W down to low enough cooldowns that you can essentially pop W on one person on CD and then have Q up enough that that's relevant. So you spread Q, get a W on someone, press D, heal them all up with your D, and then D gets reduced to 6, gets reduced. These two get reduced from these two towns and the D pop, and then you just keep doing that, and it's a lot of sustain. I don't think you played that. You played it entirely correctly though. And in fairness, it's a very hard thing to do because you need to be hitting raw Ws every 5 to 6 seconds, which is really difficult. I would personally recommend against trying that because again, it's so difficult to do. And doing that does remove your follow-up CC ability. In the late game, they didn't necessarily need it. Whoever a noob went on those last few fights was just exploding. But definitely like the early to mid game, not looking for those follow-ups was hurtful for your team. Um, I think Fetid Touch is baiting you in that regard. You're throwing a lot of raw Ws, and especially in the early game, you're trying to stack them and not having them ready for follow-up like multiple times on bot point. You're throwing raw W, then your noob goes in, and you don't have abilities to follow up on it. Yeah, that's my biggest piece of feedback. Just stop getting baited by Fetid Touch. Um, look for just look for follow-up CC combos. You have really good telegraphed engage on a noob. You have CC abilities on 3 of your teammates that you can follow up on. Um, Fantastic environment for Stukov, and so you should be getting more of those follow-up combos. I think you maybe got like one full combo. Like you know how to do it because you tried to do it a couple times, but you're not doing it quickly enough or consistently enough that for me to be happy about it. The other piece of feedback is to use your ranged autos more. Um, have chonky ranged auto attack, and it slows. You're basically like Hanzo with a little less range, but a slow attached. So use that as much as you can. It is difficult with Kel'Thuzad there, but there were more auto attacks that you could have been sneaking in. I think. Other than that, I think it was decently well done. There's some other minor like optimization, like toggle your auto attack when you need more damage, like in PvE. Use your E for wave clear a little bit more. Don't like smack the wave. Just keep the E on it. That's more efficient. Don't walk into enemies like you did over here. Play a little bit further around. Um, but otherwise, honestly, decent Stukov play. I do respect you going for the 7-second build. It's if you want to continue trying to do that, that's okay. It turns Stukov into a really high sustained healing machine. But again, it's very difficult to do and not necessarily even in like a way that you can reasonably get good at it. Like you need to be hitting raw W's every 5 to 6 seconds. And you have a 20% slow to set it up, but that's still difficult. Uh, so you can keep practicing that if you want. It'll be really effective if you do, but it's not something I would recommend going for because you can approach the same level of effectiveness with, say, like Malfurion, for significantly less effort, and it's giving up on another of Stukov's large strengths, which is his follow-up CC ability. Any questions? Feel free to let me know. Otherwise, good luck in your future games. Love the Stukov. Love what you're trying to do, and hope you have success in the future.